Yesterday, the people over at Conversaion.ai, now called Jarvis, had a whole host of changes. And one of those changes, a major change, is something called boss mode. Basically, boss mode is going to enable you to write more copy faster. And so I had this grand idea that I'm actually going to create a blog 100% using Jarvis, using surfer.seo, and using Grammarly. In this video, I'm going to take you through my entire process of picking a blog that I know nothing about, picking content, domain name, all that stuff, and start writing. Now, this is going to be the process. This isn't going to be the actual niche that I choose because I have one in mind and I want to get up and running. So I'm going to show you the exact process. I'm going to not pick out 30 blog posts, but I'm going to give you an idea of how to get up and running, how to use Jarvis or Conversaion.ai, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to show you how I would do it if I were just getting started. So let's go ahead and get into it. For the best tips and tricks to learn affiliate marketing and internet entrepreneurship, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so that you're notified when I upload a brand new video. Also, click the first link in the description or go to alstongodbolt.com/start for my #1 recommended way to start a full-time income online. Hello, I'm Alston with alstongodbolt.com. I'm an affiliate marketer and internet entrepreneur who's helped thousands of people across multiple platforms make passive income, and today I want to help you. All right, so if you don't know, I did two videos about maybe 2 or 3 months ago that talked about Conversaion.ai. Yesterday, there were a bunch of changes. Some people were happy, some people were upset. The creator, owner, CEO of Jarvis, we'll call him from now on, actually went back and made some changes and made it more accessible for early adopters. Apparently, I'm an early adopter, so I've got this additional tool. If we scroll down here just a little bit, I'm on the Jarvis website. It doesn't have any information on it, but what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of Jarvis. I'm going to jump into a niche that I know absolutely nothing about, and I'm going to use Jarvis to do everything. I'm going to pick the keywords, obviously, using Ahrefs. This is going to be about 95% hands-off, and what I'll do in about a month or two after I get everything up and running, I'm going to show you some results. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate, Amazon Associates affiliate, and what I would do is I'm just going to go through and quickly find a niche. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to department, go down to see all. Now I know that Amazon isn't the best way to make money, but I'm just going to show you how to get up and running. So I really want to do grills. Let's go to home guards and tools, and then we could do maybe kitchen and dining, storage and organization. There's a lot of options in here. Let's do kitchen and dining. And what we can do is we can just kind of figure out where to go from here. But I kind of want to do grills. Grills, for whatever reason, popped in my mind. And so what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to Ahrefs. This is another tool that we can use to help us find keywords. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the different ways that you can find keywords. Now, this isn't all my idea. I've actually learned a lot of this from a guy named Marcus. He's called the Affiliate Marketing Dude. Definitely check him out if you want to learn how to start a blog. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over to Keywords Explorer, and I'm going to type in outdoor grill. So I typed in outdoor grill. As you can see, the keyword difficulty is ranked as hard. Now the keyword difficulty is a sliding scale from 0 to 100. The closer to 100 it is, the more difficult it can be. And so 58 is probably not terrible considering we're in 2021 and just about everyone has a blog. So if we jump over to matching terms, we can see, again, there is a variety of numbers from, 6 outdoor grill station could be a good opportunity, all the way up to 58. There's one right here that's marked 0, outdoor grill table. I'm just going to copy this. Actually, I can click on it or copy it. But it says the keyword difficulty is 0, which means it should be relatively easy for a brand new blog, a brand new website to get traction. And if we scroll down here, what we're looking for, and I got this tip from the Caffeinated Blogger, check him out if you want to learn more about blogging as well. You want to look for websites that have an AR of 1 million or more. And this one has 5.6 million, 2.7 million, 1.1 million. So in theory, it should give you a decent idea to rank. And another way that we can actually use this is we're going to click on this website. And what we can do is we can click on this website here, and then we can look and see what keywords that they are using. So we're just going to copy this. We're going to go back over to Keywords Everywhere, and then I'm going to actually go up to Site Explorer. And now that I'm in Site Explorer, I'm going to copy and paste that domain name in, and let's delete that. And what we're doing is we are looking to see the keywords that they rank for because they have a relatively low domain authority. It might be possible to rank for words relatively quickly. So what we're doing here is we're getting keyword ideas. We're going to write down maybe 30 of them, and then we're going to move on to the next step, which is we're going to pass everything off to Jarvis and Surf for SEO. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click on organic keywords here. And what we can do here is we can reduce the keyword difficulty to 5 or less. This means it should be relatively easy for a new blog to rank. And then you can see these are all the different words that we could potentially create content for. Best smoker grill combo. That's keyword difficulty of 4. And it says that it's getting about 1,700 searches per month. So this could be a good opportunity. This one here, best burger press, 500 searches, 0 difficulty. What we could do is we could copy this and go into Google and see, how difficult it would be to rank. So I'm just going to click on, let's say barbecue lighter or burger press, either one. This one right here, the barbecue lighter, has a search volume of 1,100 and a keyword difficulty of 0. So we're just going to paste this in right here and let us take a look. So here, top results, Amazon again, Home Depot, 6 best barbecue lighters. So this could be a good opportunity. And one of the things that affiliates try and do is they try and just do whatever it takes to get you over to Amazon, because when people get over to Amazon, they tend to buy more than just the one thing. Like these lighters are probably less than $20, but if you buy a lighter and you buy toilet paper and then you buy pens and all this other stuff, you can wind up making a pretty good amount of money. That's why people still use Amazon. But if we scroll down here, I just want to take a look at the number of keywords that are on this page, or the number of words that are on this page. So there's 3,000 words, almost 3,500 words. So this is going to require at least 4,000 words to even have a chance. And so I would only write on it if it's maybe 2,000 words or less, just because 3,000, 4,000 words on lighters is going to be kind of challenging. But as you can see here, this is the mindset of trying to do a little bit of keyword research. So what I want to do is I want to jump back over here and let's just pick, I like the best, let's look at this best burger press here. I'm going to copy this once again, close this and paste this in here. Now you can do this with any niche. It doesn't have to be Amazon products. It doesn't have to be, lighters or whatever. It can be basket weaving or stand mixers, whatever it may be. But if we look here, 17 best burger presses for perfect patties. This is interesting. February 2021, and this probably has about 2,500 words if I'm looking, and you can see these are all go over to Amazon most likely. All right, we're going to close this. That's the only drawback to that. Let's go up once again, and we're going to get a rough idea of how many words are on this page. Word counter. Okay, 2,500. So again, I would pass on this, but you can see the process of starting. And so let us do, the one thing with Jarvis, it works best with questions. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this, go back over to Keyword Explorer. I'm going to paste this in, hit enter. It says it's easy. We're going to go to matching terms, and then we're going to go to questions. And then, all right, so there are a few questions here. How to refill a barbecue lighter. Let's say we want to write on this one. Now, what I want to do is I want to collect 30 of these keywords or keyword phrases because I want to start my blog off with 30. Now, the next step, now that we have our niche, would be to go over to a domain name search. We could go to domain name generator, domain name generator. There's a ton of them out there. We'd want to go over to domain name generator, and we'd want to buy a domain. And you should probably buy a domain that's related to what we're talking about. We're talking about grills, so we could say gas grills or something, gas grills, or we could say like Grill Man. That's probably taken. Grill Man, we'll say. We'll search that. That's going to be taken. All right, so grillman.org is obviously taken. I actually don't like this one. I like the other one that gives you a bunch of ideas. I like this one, instantdomainsearch.com. I'm going to type in Grillman again. We're going to go Grillman. And what did I just do? All right, so here we go. Grillman. Someone owns it, of course. If we look down, the cool thing is this website gives you a bunch of ideas. So we could do Grillman Shop, Web Grillman, Grillman Design, all of these different ones we could choose, and we could buy it for potentially less than $10 or $15. So now that we do that, the next step would be to get web hosting. You can get web hosting through GoDaddy. You can get it through Bluehost. There's a ton of them out there. So I would buy web hosting if I don't already have it, and then I would install WordPress. WordPress is a layer that sits on top of your web hosting, and it really controls the content and it controls the look and feel of your website. And so the next step, just real quick, if you wanted to get a premium theme, there are free and premium ones. I like using ThemeForest, so we can go to themeforest.net, I think it is. So we go to ThemeForest, and we basically can just look up different themes. Now, you want to make sure that you are picking themes that are lightweight. That's incredibly important to Google when it comes to having a website that ranks, because ultimately we're using only free traffic. We're writing 30 blog posts hoping that we can catch fire and start getting traffic. So you would just do a little search. We could say blog here, hit enter, and it's going to recommend a few different themes. You want a lightweight theme. I actually created a YouTube video probably a few months ago showing you step-by-step how to set up a WordPress website. Definitely check that out if you have questions. Anyway, let's get back over to what Jarvis can do. So we're going to go back over here. I need to log in real quick. So I'm going to log in, and I'm going to go directly to boss mode. That's the new feature. And so I'm going to click on long form assistant. I'm going to start from scratch. And what we can do is it's interesting because we can go over to surfer.seo, and I'm just going to, tells me I don't have an account. So let me just refresh this real quick. All right, great. It says that I am now back logged in, which is great for me. While that's working, we can actually look at some of the other features, but it looks like we're up and running. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste in our keyword, which is how to refill a barbecue lighter, and I'm going to click on create content. Now, a Surfer SEO is going to spend a couple minutes trying to figure out exactly what needs to be done. While we can do that, we can take a look at some of the other stuff that we could potentially promote. Now, our niche is grills, so you have to think about all the things that could go with grills. Gas grills, charcoal. We could even do smokers if we wanted to branch out. We can talk about cooking, not necessarily recipes, but how long to cook stuff. I looked that up before, and that's pretty low competition. How long to smoke salmon or how long to smoke brisket or things like that. That's pretty low competition. Another thing that we can do is we can look at different accessories. One of the cool things that you can promote potentially are like spatulas that have sports logos. So if you are an NFL fan, or if you're targeting the NFL market, you could potentially promote spatulas that are NFL relevant. So it looks like Surfer SEO is still working. All right, so it looks like we're good to go. And so the interesting thing, and I just learned this relatively recent, is if you go over to brief, Surfer SEO will give you H2s and H3s that you can copy right over into your text document, and then you can let Jarvis do all the work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use probably 4 tools. I'm going to use Jarvis, I'm going to use Surfer SEO, I'm going to use Ahrefs, and then I'm going to use Grammarly to clean it up. That's the only thing I'm going to do, because I know nothing about refilling barbecue lighters. Now, the only caveat to that is if there is nothing on the internet for Surfer to take, then it's going to require a little bit more work. But this is going to be 100% hands-off, and we're going to see what the results are. So hopefully this loads relatively quickly. I'll come back to when and if it loads. All right, so it took a little while, but we are finally back. Now, what you can see here is Surfer has created some H1, H2, H3, and H4. What we're going to do is what we can do is we can just copy these right over here. We're going to paste them right in. These are H1s, but we can use them as H2s if we want. So we're just going to do a few of those. Go down to H2. These are subheadings, and we can copy this. And I'm not going to do them all, obviously. Let's see if we have any more here. How do you know if a lighter is refillable? That's probably a good question and relevant to what we're interested in. We could also maybe throw this in to see. We're going to paste that in, and then we can go down and see what the H3s are. Let's see, bleed your light. I don't even know what that means. purchase a can of quality butane. We're going to paste that in over here as well. How do I refill a long lighter? Not sure what that means, but if Jarvis or if Surfer says it's important, then it's important. Then we're going to do the same thing with H4 if relevant. The final step before we start watching the writing happen is I'm going to add in 2 hashtags or pound signs, depending on how old you are. I'm going to add 2 of these in, and it lets Jarvis know that that these are headings. So, and one of the benefits, the added benefits of Jarvis is that he can look back longer now, or I should say that person can look back further now. Before it was only limited to 600 words or 600 characters. Now it's 2,000. And so now that we've done a whole bunch of not a lot of hard work, I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to change this to long form content. And I'm going to click on compose. And then we can sit back and relax. And what I'll do is I'll fast forward through this next few parts to kind of show you exactly the power of Jarvis and what they can do. And so here we go. So I should cut in and say one of the limitations of Jarvis before was that after you hit this compose button, it would do all of the typing, and that typing actually looks a little bit better. One of my frustrations before was sometimes I would get blah blah blah. I would get article posts and telling me to call random numbers, things of that nature. It looks better now. But one of the limitations was after it got done writing, you would have to enter in 10 or so characters so that it could pick back up. But what we can do, and we'd probably want to look at this just a little bit because it does appear to be a little bit weird at this point. But one of the cool things right now is that it's actually recommending headings for me. So if we jump back over to Surfer tells us, just real quickly, the number of words we should target for our keyword to rank, the number of headings, images, which we can't do right now, and paragraphs. So right now, out of 100, I'm ranking at 60. Written any words, I should say, and I still have some to go. And what we can do is we can just keep on watching the writing happen. How cool would it be to hire a VA or someone, maybe a friend that is off of work? I'm not sure why it's numbering, but how cool would it be to hire somebody to sit here on a topic that they don't have a ton of information about and to just create these all day while you're doing something else? Because it's literally just I maybe hit enter, click compose, and you can have this taken care of. You probably do want to clean this up just a little bit, but we're already at almost 800 words, and I've typed in, I think, maybe 4 or 5, and my score is 61. I should mention that Surfer recommends that you hit these words. These are target keywords that you should try and hit. When they turn green, it means you've met the requirements. When they are orange, it means either that you're over or you're just under. And when they're red, that means you haven't even hit them at all. So what we could do is I'm just going to hit compose again. And again, we're almost at 1,000 words and I haven't done anything. I would clean this up. I'm going to put this on my website just to show you, alstongodbolt.com, just to show you what this looks like. But obviously if I were to write in this, I would want to clean this up because it looks like it started over. And what we can do is we're going to go to the next one, and I'm just going to kind of zoom through this just so that we can, get to the end of it. All right, so let's assume that I am all done with my hard work of letting Jarvis write this. And again, I'm going to put this on my blog so that you can take a look at it for yourself. But my final step in this process is simply to go to Grammarly, which is a Chrome extension. There is a free and a premium version. And I'm just going to click yes. Grammarly is going to make suggestions on how to improve my writing, and not even reading it. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to let Grammarly and Surfer and Jarvis do all the work. And the reason being is I want to see if I can rank for words and phrases without doing any work. Now, again, this is the setup. I'm going to put 30 blog posts on a brand new domain, and I'm going to add in some affiliate links over to Amazon. And maybe 2, 3, 4 months later, I'm going to report back on my findings. Now, I'll know if this works if I see a dramatic increase in my Amazon earnings, or if I see purchases for the product or products plural that I recommend. That is really going to be my process. And as you can see, I should have shown you what the rating was before I started making these changes. But 80 isn't too bad for completely AI copywritten content. Now, obviously, what I would do for an additional step is to just make sure that it's not 100% plagiarized. I did a video a few months back that says it's not plagiarized, but some people were complaining that a lot of the work was duplicated. I recommend that if you're going to use Jarvis or Conversaion, whatever you feel like calling it, to just make sure that it's not plagiarized. The content is unique, it is original. Before uploading this to my blog, I would remove all of the pound signs, just because it would look weird that way, and I think people would realize. But if our goal is to rank, we have a pretty good chance of doing it. And I haven't really done anything. I think this video is maybe 20 minutes long at the tail end, but obviously I'm going to fast forward it so that you're not watching me watch my copywriter work. But I mean, it's getting up to a 96. It'll probably be at a 99, and I haven't typed in anything. I will just go in and clean some stuff up. But as you can see, I've used Ahrefs for keyword research. I used combination of Jarvis and Surfer SEO. I have used, I think those are the 3 main things. Oh, and I've used Grammarly to write a blog post, 1,600 words in a matter of 20 minutes. This might be a little concerning if you're Google, because there are people right now as we speak pounding out 20, 30, 40, 50, 500,000 words in an hour. It's only been live for 24 hours, and there are people that have just been pounding out these words. But as you can see, I'll put this on my blog. I'll actually include it in the bottom of this video. I might actually rank for some of these too on accident, but you'll see this. So this will be my process for 30 blog posts, and then I'll share with you the results after maybe 60 days, maybe 6 months. I don't know. And I'll keep you up to date so you can see, and maybe you even want to do this too. Now, this isn't an affiliate type of deal here where I'm recommending that you buy Jarvis. I just want to see what happens and see what other people are doing, because there are hundreds, if not thousands of people that are doing this exact thing. So make sure that you like, subscribing, the bell to follow along with this process and see my progress. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.